Hello again. Welcome back. Figured I'd throw up a deck I've been working on, trying to play around with the new version of Sacrifice. Came out to be a fun little deck. Usually works out one of two ways. I usually end up sacrificing a Serket, forcing your opponent to trade into it cautiously. Or if you don't get it till later, it's always fun to throw in the Isis, giving you multiple Isis and just kind of capitalize late game on the board presence you have. Sometimes it works out, you still end up casting it on a Serket or something else, but even then, it's a fun card to have. Having more than one of them though, it kind of just one of them always ends up sticking in your hand. Even one of them sometimes just sits in your hand for a while. It's a situational card, so as a one of, it's fine. Gonna do the same kind of layout I did with my last deck build. I'll do a playthrough, show the deck build, and then do another playthrough. Hopefully we had a couple good matches. We'll see how it goes. If we can get a game anytime soon. Oh, there we go. Been playing around with a lot of the new cards and the new tweaks. This is one of them I like. Plugged it right into a Afterlife style deck with a couple other little tweaks. Playing against Nuwa. Usually against her with a raw deck, unless it shows that they're playing a beast style deck, I usually throw out the Bastet first. Bastet. It's just a personal preference. Usually they tend to try and use their Crescent Blades on it. I hold the Serket until they cast something that's worth trying to get rid of. Looking good. We got a return to a lot of removal. Basically, this deck likes to stall until end game, making them constantly deal with everything and dealing with everything they have until you can drop out your Osiris or your Isis or both. Played a match earlier today where they dropped an Arcane Conduit and had to wait till... God, I think I only had like 8 cards left before I really started getting any range to threaten it.
I guess I'm going to have to get my hands dirty again.
Let's see, what are they throwing out?
Those
Works for me.
shall be swept aside.
I may just poison them both. I don't know. I doubt it though, because then this will just die next turn for no reason. I don't know what they're playing at. They're not going to move her into range. That should be silly. There we go. Oh. Well, ain't that fun. See, this is an instance where I didn't even get sacrifice and probably won't till end game. because at this point in time, if I get it, I probably won't have a chance to use it till end game. That's fine. Ability and kill something? Probably. You wouldn't just drop out another... Oh, maybe you would. Smart. Not really. This will be fun. Yeah.
Another group of immortals in need of a
Oh, that
lesson,
worked
is
out
it?
beautifully. Sure. So now... let's see how we can play this out. Do this. Ah, I didn't realize that was poisoned. That's my bad. Alright. He's still gonna get a shot in with that. Which is why I don't really want to cast this just yet. Let's see if we can decoy him. One way or another, if he does end up killing this, I'll get Bastet or Sarkret back, and then the other one will come back with the Ritual Tribute. Fantastic. Actually, now would be a good time for a sacrifice.
Time to slip away.
Nah, I didn't get it. So what we'll do is we'll just get rid of that. And get our kitty cats back. Oh, forgot that actually goes to the graveyard.
Again.
That's fine too. Fairly certain she has 3 crescent blades in her hand, so she might just burn it out.
Better to keep a low profile.
That's exactly what they're gonna do. Which again is fine. At this point in time, again, like I said, it's a lot of stalling and a lot of removal until you get to the end game.
Another group of immortals in need of a lesson, is it?
This little creature,
Let's not
this
call
the
attention
Sarkhat,
to
causes
ourselves.
so much hesitation and pause.
Yes. Looks like I'm all here.
Better to keep a low profile.
Sure. They're afraid to throw down creatures because that's on the board, but they don't realize exactly what I'm sitting on hand-wise. Yep. Drop something else out there for me. That's fine. Might as well. Just because I don't see myself casting anything else this turn anyway. Plus that also hits the stone. This way I can advance, threaten with everything. And there's nothing healed, so yeah. I'm actually shocked they had a silence in their hand. They usually throw them at the Serkets. I bet you he thinks he just got lucky with that drop. Huh. Yeah. Didn't even get to see the sacrifice, but you did get to see how the deck plays, which usually is, like I said, a stall, bide your time kind of deck. Let's go take a look at the deck list once it lets us out. It's funny. One seems like it's usually not enough as far as the sacrifice, because there's some games where you just don't see it. But two, it's just too much. It's constantly in your hand. It currently runs a Fist of the Gods. Again, it's a stall draw. It's basically a cantrip, and it helps you trade up early on. Gift of the Nile, for obvious reasons. Voice of Eternity can help you get through mid-game with some of the draws, can help you get an extra Serket. It's just a good card. It lets you pick what kind of card you want based on the condition of the field you're playing in currently. A Marksman, just because of the sheer amount of times you constantly cast gods, especially when you sacrifice to get 2 more of them. It's an early drop for early pressure. Gives them something else to focus on and use some kind of removal to get rid of. Scarab's Blessing, obvious reason. 2 Bastet, 2 Magma Slams, the 1 Sacrifice, 2 Serket. I have an Aegean Outcast in here mainly for structures, to get rid of structures. Again, just as a stalling technique and a big body. An Anahur, again, gives you a little bit of range. Stalls them out a little bit with their war cries. 1 Last Breath, again, 2 seem too many in this deck. In fact, you saw I was sitting on that one in that game I just played. There was really no reason to play it. 2 Ritual Tribute, 2 Execute, 2 Occult Deadeye, 1 Annihilation, an Isis, and an Osiris. Alright, let's try and play one more. Maybe get a look at how the deck's supposed to play out. Let's see if we get a better starting hand in this one. Hopefully it's not Nuwa again. I've been playing against Nuwa with this deck all day. Couple matches against Odin, which went well. Mirror matches went well. Here's a different one. Much better.
I guess I'm going to have to get my hands dirty again.
He drops a zombie behind my stone. I might just move away from it.
Another group of immortals in need of a lesson, is it?
And there's that. Sure. Too crazy zombie. Okay. Yeah, this would be a perfect time to use it. Let me make sure. Let's do it this way.
I guess I'm going to have to get my hands dirty again.
They make sacrifices in my name.
Well, that went well. I guess you realized when that God's effect triggered, it would have just ended up poisoning itself. Alright. I'm probably going to leave that in just because that was one of the prime examples of how that's supposed to work. Granted, it could have been a little cleaner. I could have not used the sacrifice in that situation and still been okay, but having more circuits in my hand to continue to cast was the right move, at least as far as I'm concerned. Let's try and get one more quick one in. If not, we'll just call it. running out of cards very quickly. I've just got to withstand his rush. Okay. Why silence the stone? All seems very, very weird.
Warriors, to battle!
Oh no, not Ymir. Sorry, I mean no disrespect to the people I'm playing. I just have this tendency to... It's more about talking crap to the cards than the player. I would have probably held the Chaos Spawn if I were him for slightly longer. But that is what it is. I could put a Resurrect on either of those two. I probably should. But he hasn't shown that he has any removal. And if he does, he's either drawn into it. I kind of want to draw the Ymir in. Or if he wants to stand off with him, which is fine, I could always just poison hit whatever else he drops out. Yeah, saw something like that coming. It's fine. What else? Weird. It's fine. I hate using it. But I kind of have to.
Bathe the glow.
The burst potential is... Again,
May the gods of Valkyrie surround you!
I guess just for the sake of being safe, we'll do that.
Bathe the glow.
And Isis comes out. Excuse me, Isis comes out next turn. And we continue on. Depending on what he puts out, I may just wait and drop the Osiris. That's not what you want to do. You want to keep going at the stone. Then again, there's really nothing in my graveyard for the Osiris to trigger off of. So yeah, probably Isis. swap the marksman out for a Tomb Warden, just to throw in more Afterlife and something else to cast early on. They seem fairly fun, but they're heavily targeted, which is fine. He usually pulls out silences and everything else.
Evil doesn't stand a chance.
Oh wow, I didn't realize the Resurrect stacked. Huh. Actually, out of curiosity, I want to see what happens when it dies. Do I get 2 of them back? He might be showing me. He might be just as curious as I am.
Warriors, to battle!
No, you only get the 1. Makes sense. Again, there's nothing for the Osiris to trigger off of. But it's just another big body.
Or death,
And it pumps up the marksman. That's game. Like I said, not really a competitive deck. It's a fun deck to play. I haven't really taken it into ranked yet. I kind of have 2 decks that I like playing in ranked. One of them is the Beast deck I've already put a video on. The other one's highly based off of another YouTuber's deck, and once I get confirmation from him that it's okay to do so, I might do a playthrough. I haven't really reached out to him yet, since I'm just starting out. But when it gets to that point, maybe we'll go ahead and show you what I'm really running through ranked with, if you guys want to see it at all. But thanks for watching. Subscribe, like if you want to see more. Comment on what you want to see more of, and see you in the next video.